Hey guys, welcome back to my channel. It's your girl Brandy and I'm back with another video. So today I am bringing you guys part 3 of the sugaring series. Today we're going to be talking about how to have a conversation with your sugar daddy, okay? Or even a potential sugar daddy. So I know it's been a little minute since I really have kicked off another video in this series, but I feel like in the sugaring world, for girls who are actually curious about it, I think the biggest question that I think I've ever received from anyone is, how do you initiate the money talk? How do you initiate the conversation? Do you just go full steam ahead, or do you gradually work up to that? And I'm here to answer those type of questions today. And also I'm going to be filming another video as well, so I'm doing double filming on why I no longer date bums. So I know a lot of you guys will probably like that one as well, so make sure you guys check that out. I'll leave it in the cards and let you guys go ahead and check that out. But first, before we jump into the video, I would love for you guys to like this video, comment down below what you think, share this video with a friend if they are curious about the sugaring life, and also do not forget to subscribe and ring that bell, or push that bell notification button to keep updated whenever I upload. And one last favor I must ask, go ahead and follow me on Instagram at _shutupbrandy_ so you can keep up with me over there as well. Also, I'm new to Instagram, so yes, I was that lame person who did not really like Instagram, but I'm back on there, and I feel like, you know, I would just like a lot of love, okay? If you guys have an Instagram, go ahead and give me a follow. I'm very nice. I will follow back. So, you know, just check that out as well. Okay, so let's go ahead and get right into the video. All right, so I have my handy dandy notebook here today again to give you guys, I wrote down as much information as I could about this topic. I really do want to make this an informative video. I say that all the time because I do not want to steer people wrong, and I'm not one of those YouTubers that pipe up the idea of sugaring as if this is really easy task, but I am here to help you guys in any way possible. So with conversations, sugar daddy conversations shouldn't really even be looked at as anything hard unless you just like don't know how to hold a conversation with a person in general. I feel like as far as dating, like how I feel about sugaring and dating is literally to me the exact same thing, except sugaring is more so for wealthier men. Like you're obviously targeting wealthier men who knows why you're there, versus like dating someone your age. Like I still feel like you have to have some type of conversation in order for the boat to get moving. So, but sugar daddy's conversations are obviously going to be a little different once you have established the sugar daddy. Once you guys both have basically agreed to an arrangement or wanting to proceed to an arrangement, if you know what I'm saying. Okay, so the goal is to talk about the allowance, talk about vacations if you guys decide on that, talk about just any type of like arrangement details, really. Like that's the main point of the sugar daddy, sugar baby conversation, as far as initiating the money talk, you know what I'm saying, the money aspect of it. But if you're just talking like casual conversation, it's literally just you being you. But I'm more informing you on how to ask for money, how to set up the arrangement, all those things, all of that above. I really want to put this in here before I really begin. And basically it is if you want to do a meet fee. So a meet fee is basically where you charge the person, the sugar daddy, to meet with you. And a lot of people say, well, that's kind of like prostitution, and I'm here to tell you it is not prostitution. A lot of these guys are flakes, especially if they have never had or never done this before. A lot of them will flake. Some of them are married and they will flake because their wife needs something. So honestly, it's just a waste of our time. It's no point of getting all dressed up, all dolled up, and you don't even have to show up. They block you or whatever they do because they're like that, and that's happened. It's happened to me before. So honestly, like, I charge a meet fee now, and that's the reason why. So your meet fee doesn't have to be anything crazy expensive. Some girls, I've heard some girls charge like $50. Some girls charge $100. I've heard all the way up to like $300 for a meet fee. But I will say, when you are charging someone for a meet fee, think about if you're a professional or you are new to the game. If you're new to the game, I would definitely stay within the $50 to $100 range versus you asking for $300. Okay, so the questions that you guys can ask are if they have ever done this before. I said that literally like a couple seconds ago. I said have they ever done this before. So that's your way to kind of figure out if they are new to the sugaring world. They're never really was a sugar daddy before. That is a good way to figure that out. And then you guys can kind of ask have they had any previous sugar baby relationships and things like that, because some of them, majority of them, have arrangements. I've heard some guys who had arrangements that lasted from a couple months to like up to 8 years, believe it or not. So you have to ask that and what exactly entails from that arrangement, so that way you know what they expect from you. Because a lot of times if the girl was down and she was doing whatever, they're gonna expect you to be the same way. So you do have to be very much cautious of that and ask those questions. The next question I would definitely ask is what brings them to the website that you are on, whether it is a sugaring website or like, this is kind of a universal question, so you can ask this on Hinge and you can ask this on like Bumble or OkCupid or whatever it is that you're using outside of like seeking arrangements or seeking benefits. And basically these help you kind of break the ice. But for me, with my sugar daddy, I typically talked about what I wanted in the beginning, because I don't like wasting my time, and I had so many like time wasters that I was just like, okay, well, this next guy, I'm gonna literally just say what I want in the arrangement. This is what I expect, things of that nature. And to my surprise, he was like cool, and it's been good ever since. So yeah, you have to keep that in mind as well. So this is why I harp and harp and harp on your profiles being A1, because for every sugar daddy there are 10 sugar babies that's looking to fight to get the same guy. So if you don't have anything special in your bios, or you don't have anything really standing out, your pictures are weak, your pictures are not up to par, your bios is very basic, we're not doing that. And with that being said, I'm gonna go ahead and put in the cards my link to my fix that profile video, where I basically go through how you're supposed to look, how you're supposed to dress yourself, your appearance and things like that, how your profile should sound, what words you should use, things of that nature, because that's all important when you are trying to find a sugar daddy. So we do have to remember that they are indeed still human. So when they're in your DMs, it's just like being it's not like being in a DM of somebody on Bumble or Hinge, even though you can't use those. You can use those for sugaring, but it's really not right to use it for that. You can, but you can't just come out like it's gonna. So basically what you're gonna want to do in the beginning stages, when the guy messages you and you feel like he's serious, you want that they are humans too. So that means when they DM you and they send a greeting, that is, you do not just jump off the fucking boat and say, I need $150 for whatever reason you need $150. That is not how it works, which is why I harp and harp and harp on you having a job and you having things for yourself, because a lot of women think they can easily go on these sugaring apps and find a sugar daddy within 24 hours to pay their rent the next day. It does not work like that. These men are humans. They're not just going to send you money unless they're... First of all, if they offer to send you money right away, they're scammers. Like, come on now. It doesn't work like that. So you have to remember they are human. So you do need to have a greeting. And most sites, like on Secret Benefits, you do have to create a greeting, y'all. And I don't know why, but when I talk a lot, my throat gets really dry. So I have water here. So you're just gonna have to like excuse me. Okay, so basically, you do have to remember they are human. So you got to have at least set up a custom greeting, something that's eye-catching, something that is interesting, and honestly something that just kind of makes you, you know, like maybe you could just say, you know, hey love, or hey babe, my name is blank. I don't know off the top of my head. Honestly, I can't even remember what mine says because I haven't been on the site in a while. So really just kind of do your research on that. Like you can really just literally Google anything because a greeting is a greeting. Like it's nothing, it is what it is. But they're going to be more interested in what you look like than what you're saying you're greeting. But let's move forward. So you have to remember they will have wants and needs too. So when you're initiating the conversation, I would say you can start the conversation by saying, so what exactly are you looking for in a sugar baby? Or what exactly are you wanting in an ideal arrangement? That is something that could definitely be a conversation starter. So you, if you're on like a sugaring site, like obviously they know why you're there. So you can definitely initiate that conversation first. There's nothing wrong with it. And also you can weed out the bads, because a lot of guys, they don't really care about the arrangement because they want to do pay for play type shit, and we don't do that. Okay, so if they are serious, you can figure out the grounds of the arrangement as you consistently ask these questions. And also ladies, you don't have to be shy. I also wrote this down. You can indeed like DM the sugar daddy first. I would just make sure that your greeting is on point and make sure that you are indeed on point on your profile. You know, some women like I don't think I've ever sent the message first, but you can, if you feel comfortable enough to do it, you can definitely send the message first. I don't really see anything wrong with that. I know one girl asked me, is it weird if I send the sugar daddy message first? It's not weird. Don't be shy. Go ahead and go for it. Like this, the worst that they can tell you is no. And that very, very rarely ever happens right away. Okay, so now you're kind of we're at the point where you guys are probably either going on your first date together, or the conversation has kind of transpired into now wanting to figure out your specific arrangement. So you guys are now getting into the nitty-gritty details of what exactly you guys want from each other. So you guys went on the date. Now you guys had a couple conversations, text good morning, whatever. So now it's time to get down to the nitty gritty. Okay, that's what we doing. And it's about the cash. Okay, so one thing that I wrote down is a prompt that you can send them to get the conversation about it started. If you guys have not at this point have established the arrangement, you can say, hey love, I love our chats, and I was just wondering that we should really come up with an arrangement. Okay, I love our chats, I love our conversation, I really like you. Do you want to come up with a arrangement? All right, so at this point, now usually if the sugar daddy is a good sugar daddy, y'all would have already talked about an arrangement by now. But some of them, if they're new, they may not know how to initiate the arrangement talk. So that's where you come in, and you have to be the one to be like, hey, this is what I want. So be very mindful of that as well. And also, don't be afraid to tell them what you're down for and what you're not down for. If they get offended or they feel like that, if they don't really understand what a sugar baby is, I kindly let them know, like, I am this type of person. I am not a pay for play type of girl. So if they're throwing around sex in the arrangement, then that's what they expect from you. Like, so some girls will tell you that there's loopholes around the sex talk. There is, to a certain extent, but if you're coming up with the arrangement and it seems like it's more sex driven than it is actually having an actual relationship, or not really relationship, but like actual companionship with the guy, then that's when I would just not do it unless you're okay with that. You know what I mean? Because a lot of girls, we're just not okay with like sleeping with somebody for money, because that's basically what you're doing. So you have to think about that when you are telling them what they want. If they get offended or they feel like you're doing too much because you don't want to put out for them, then it's better to just kick them to the curb and keep moving. They not built for the game. Or they just want to make themselves feel better because they think that sugar babies are nothing but whores. They want to sleep with them for their money. And that's not what it is, because if you a real sugar baby and you a good sugar baby, you will not put out. Now, some relationships can eventually lead to sex, but I don't really feel like and that should be your whole arrangement. Like, that's basically like the contract. Like, you're basically signing to say you're gonna have sex with this man for this amount of money. That is prostitution, but you don't have to do that. So the asking price, we're gonna talk about the asking price, what you should ask for. So in the beginning, I will say that if the guy checks out that he is what he says he is, if he's a lawyer, if he's a doctor, if he's a CEO of a big company, if he is whatever that he says that he is, typically starting out as a sugar baby, depending on the arrangement, I will say most girls who do have sex with their sugar daddies do get a lot more money versus the ones who do not. But I would never settle for anything less than $3,000, because if you guys decide that you are going to basically treat this like a girlfriend boyfriend type of ordeal, you are their companion, you are their support, but they support you financially, then you may not get as much as like someone who's getting $5,000 to $10,000 a month from their sugar daddy. But also most of those girls are doing more. So yeah, but I would say in the beginning, I think my asking price will be $3,000. If they have the money and they're really big ballers, $3,000 is nothing to them. Like, let's keep it completely honest. And sometimes like they're divorced or retired, so they have the money sitting around. They don't really mind throwing you some cash, you know. But a lot of these sugar daddies are fakes. A lot of them are married. They're not really about to give you no money, sis, because they have wives and kids at home. So those aren't the ones. That's why I said in my last video, we don't mess with those, okay? All right. So in the sugaring game, you're going to have to know how to negotiate. Literally, you have to know how to negotiate. It's literally like a business. You have to negotiate this shit, because the gag is, they're going to come in low, okay? They're going to be like, well, how about $1,000 a month? Bruh, my rent is $1,000 a month, okay? So what do I have left over besides you paying my rent for my time? Like, you know, so that's why I say at least $3,000. At least you still got some money left over for other things. And when you come in, always ask more than your original asking price. So like I said, my original asking price is usually $3,000, right? So I could come in like, okay, well, I at least need $3,500 for the month. And if he's like, okay, well, since you're not doing this, how about we take it down to like this? So let's say he takes it down to like $2,000 for whatever reason. Then I hit him with, well, my rent is $1,000, but also like you want me to continue my upkeep, so you want my nails done, my hair done, my makeup done, my clothes look nice, you want me to look presentable, you want me to look nice all the time. That costs money. So that means on top of my other bills and monthly, like this is monthly, not each week, this is monthly expenses. So that means gas, groceries, I have a dog, shopping, you know, the things that they typically want you to do to upkeep yourself, working out, gym memberships, things like that. That's the type of stuff that they're supplying for you as their sugar daddy. I mean, their sugar baby. So that shit is expensive. You want to make sure my eyebrows is done. You want to make sure I look on fleek. You want to make sure I look like Beyonce. Honey, Beyonce has to spend money on Beyonce. Oh, in order for that to work, and you want me to keep this upkeep, I'm gonna need some assistance to keep up this upkeep. You know what I'm saying? You feel me? Y'all feel me in the back? Cause I feel myself. I really feel like I'm talking right now. But yes, you got to know how to negotiate. And I would love to make this an ongoing arrangement. What would you think would be a good allowance for me? After you had a couple conversations, be like, you know, you sound too good to be true. And this kind of like player, pop your collar type shit. But you could say like, you could say, you sound too good to be true. I really think that, you know, I would really like to, like, you're too good to be true. Like, now I'm just wondering how perfect my allowance is gonna be with you. Like, so then I want to talk about this as well, because I think this is very important. A lot of sugar daddies are gonna ask you what exactly you're looking for. And sometimes I feel like as sugar babies, we don't really know how to answer that question, because we truly just feel like it's just about money. But I feel like there's a way that you can kind of give them a very descriptive answer. So some things that you can respond with are, I'm looking for a sugar daddy that can fulfill my needs, and then proceed to talk about what those needs are. For a sugar daddy to help me with, or I'm looking for a sugar daddy that can help me with. You can proceed, you can say something like starting my business, getting my degree, or whatever it is that you're specifically need help with. And I wouldn't say necessarily pay my bills, because I mean, they kind of know that, you know. So my needs are a little bit much, but basically they are this, that, and the third. And that's when you can talk about, well, I need help with starting my business, inventory. Like for me, my sugar daddy is my sponsor for my business, so he provides me money for my inventory, my website subscriptions, my packaging details, basically anything that like it is, like that's pretty much what he gives me money for. So it might seem a lot to someone else, because starting a business is not cheap, but in all honesty, like that's just what it is, and he's down with that, so I'm cool with that as well. Just feel like, okay, because like I think the most cliche answer is I want a Louis Vuitton bag, or I want $1,000 a week, or I want to go on lavish trips. But typically, if there's a good sugar daddy, that stuff's just gonna come within the package. Also, we can talk about how to boost your allowance. So let's say you've been rocking with this guy for about 6 months to a year, and you've been getting the same little amount of money every month, and now you're like, okay, well, now I feel like I'm doing a lot. I feel like I'm getting better at it. We are really kind of clicking and having this good relationship. I need to ask for a little bit more money. So this is how you can initiate asking for more money. So you can be slick about it, and you can say, I'm looking for this specific item, but I can't afford it. Like, even with my allowance, like I can't afford this specific item, whatever it is. And you can say, well, can we talk about how to boost my, can we talk about how we can boost my allowance? Or you can tell them like, you know, I think I've been doing really good. And I would really like to talk to you about a raise in my allowance. You have a sugar daddy, he pays her this much. Even if you a friend don't even have a sugar daddy, you could just say, my friend sugar daddy pays her $5,000 a month, and this is what she does. You know, is there any way that I can get like maybe 4,500, 4,500, whatever it is, like, and then he'll probably be like, yes or no, like, do you want me around or you don't? Like, you know, that's how you can ask to boost your allowance. And then, like, if he decides to agree, you obviously have to be very thankful. So I would definitely thank him. Say, you know what, I really appreciate all that you do for me. You know, I really, 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 really love how you went out your way to make this happen for me. You know, you have to be very appreciative, because a lot of these guys, like, they just want to feel appreciated. Like, maybe their wives weren't appreciated. Like, they didn't really care. The kids are probably like, snobs. So, you know, they just want to feel appreciated, and that's what you are there for. So you guys a little bit about that. I hope I helped you guys as much as possible. And like I will always say, the best advice I can give anyone in the sugaring community is to be 100% themselves. That's the best success you will have, is to be yourself. Another thing that I will always harp on is do not do anything that you are not comfortable doing with these men, and things like that. And I really hope this video helped you guys out. Do not forget to like this video, comment down below, let me know what you think. Let me know if you guys have extra tips on how to start or initiate conversation with your sugar daddy, or ask for money, or how to keep them interested. Whatever it may be, leave it down in the comments below. Go ahead and subscribe to my channel and hit that bell notification so you guys can keep up with me at all times. And basically, oh yeah, and follow me on Instagram. I would love to see you guys over there as well. Like I said, I do follow back. And basically, I hope you guys had a wonderful holiday and a happy new year to you guys as well. And I will see you in my next video. Bye.